Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're doing something super exciting. I get to review for you Epic Universe. I have now been twice. I know, it's crazy. Like, I can't even believe it. So let me get into the merch haul and then we'll talk about the park a little. Today I'm gonna go through the things by land in which I purchased them. So like if I got stuff from Nintendo, that I'm gonna present that first and then we'll go through the parks of stuff I got, okay? So first things first, this hoodie I am wearing is from Epic Universe. It's a Boo hoodie, it says Boo. And it also has this little shy Boo patch on the side. I'm like, that is so cute, so I had to cop it. I was debating between some of the hoodies and like the crew necks, but this one just jumped out at me, so I was like, I'm getting that. So it's become one of my favorites. It's super comfy, I love it. So next, on my second trip there, I had to go back and get this. Isn't he so cute? Oh, it's a little blurry, but I'm like, oh my God. And he's like the little perfect size where I can like put him in my car or I can put him on my desk, like so cute. So I had to cop this. So that's it for my Nintendo merchandise. I'm not a super big Nintendo person. I'm more of like, if it's cute, I'll get it type of person for Nintendo. I spent a lot of money in How to Train Your Dragon. That's where I spent my big bucks. And then my mom did get one thing in Nintendo, and it was, I'll show a picture of it for you guys to see right here. It was a Chef Toad magnet, and it's currently on her car, and it's fantastic, and I love it. And I'm like, that's so funny. She's a huge fan of the Chef Toad from the Mario movie. So next, let's go to How to Train Your Dragon. I am a huge How to Train Your Dragon girly. I love How to Train Your Dragon, everything about it. On my first trip, I spent a lot on the keychains. The keychains are my section. This is my Toothless plush. He's got the little red tail. He's got his little wings. I don't know if you could see, he's even got the little ridges that are like all along the back of him. And he's got the little, they've even printed it on there. And like, look at how cute his face is. He was so cute, so I had to get him. He lives on my little black backpack that I take everywhere with me. I am just so obsessed with him. And then I had to get these. I love the sheep. Look at them. Look at how funny they are. I am obsessed with them, so I got them. And these are gonna go on my college backpack, which I use every day, so I'm like, awesome. But my mom was jealous of the drip, so when we went again, she had to get herself her own little sheep keychain, which I was like, that is so funny, because now we have two. They're multiplying. They're everywhere in our house now, which like, it's just so funny. But we also came home with something even funnier with the sheep. Yes, they make softball sized ones. Are these not the funniest things you've ever seen? Oh, I'm so obsessed with them. And they're on this like little rope. My mom was like, I'm gonna hang them in my car. And I was like, that's way too funny. You should totally do it. So these might end up in the car, but I love them and they're cute. Also got this egg from How to Train Your Dragon. So you can collect all 5 dragons, and they have a Night Fury, a Light Fury, a Deadly Natter, a Gronkle, and I can't remember what this one's called. What is it? Oh, it's Cloud Jumper. I don't remember what type of dragon Cloud Jumper is though. I believe Cloud Jumper is the one that's in here. I'm pretty sure I grabbed the right egg. There is a display that tells you which one's which, but I also think it's fun to kind of just, you know, if you don't care, I think you should just grab one and buy one. Honestly, I think that this is great for little kids because they do like a little adoption ceremony, like, and they're like, do you promise? Like, it's so cute. I 10 out of 10 recommend bringing your younger kid to do it. Like, that's why they are a little more pricey. But I did not have them do it because I wanted to be able to open it for you guys. So they just tear the wrapper here. So if you really wanted to keep, you know, your wrapping rips off nice and easily, and you can keep all of this. So we're just gonna, let's see how we do this. Oh my God. Okay, pull straight up. All right, let us see. Oh, it is. Oh, he's a little folded up because he's been in his, oh my God. That's a really big piece. Okay, I might have to steam him later. But yes, I did get Cloud Jumper. That's the one I wanted. Look at how angry he is. Oh my God, he's so cute. Let's pull him all the way out. Okay. Stop, look at his little tail. Oh my God, and all his wings. Stop, these are so cute. So a lot of these, though, even though you can pull them all the way out and it is the whole dragon, a lot of these are meant to stay like in their little egg. As you can see, it's got like a little holder for them, and they stay in the egg like this. And then on the sides here, see, they have these little tabs, right? So it also comes with, okay, let me show you this. There's a lot to this, but see, on your one side of the egg, you have this like clip-in bottom piece, and here you have this hole, so you literally just like can snap it in. Okay, I got it, guys. So it's all figured out now. So there's the little tabs, and you hook your little thing on, and then look, you can wear it. So, and then your little dragon, he goes back in his egg, right? And so while you're walking around your park, you can have your little dragon, or your kid can carry it. I will say, I do recommend maybe putting this piece that clips onto the bottom of this in a bag, in a backpack. I just think it can be a finicky thing because like mine doesn't stay perfectly, and you know, you don't want to lose it, especially if like you want to have the experience of opening it and showing it to somebody. But they are super cute, and I think they're super great for younger kids as far as experiences go. I would recommend letting the employee do it too, because one of the tabs did get stuck on mine. I had to pry it up a little bit, but other than that, I think that this is super cute, super lovely, and a great thing to get, especially because like you can collect them, and they've all got different colored eggs. So each colored egg corresponds to a different dragon. So if you don't want duplicates, buy different colored eggs as well. So excuse how dirty this is. I just pulled it out of the sink because I literally used it yesterday. But I got this cup as well, and it's the whole family. And for perspective of this, not these super big like venti size Starbucks drinks, but you know, they're smaller ones. It comes up to about here on the cup, I would say. So they are a little bit bigger than that, and they're wider than that. So I think they're definitely a good size, like a medium size drink throughout the day. And then here's another purchase that I made on the first day, and then my mom was like, well, I need a pair when we went on the second day. These sheep socks. These are so funny. Look at them. So now we have 2 pairs in our house. Mine are currently in the wash because I've already worn them. Literally, when you put them on, their ears like stick out like this. It's so funny. It's like my favorite thing, and honestly, one of the best purchases. They're super soft. They're like all those fuzzy socks. They are a little slippery, but they do have like there's a little bit of grippies on the label, so no worries, but they're super comfortable. You do need to like stretch them out a little bit, but after you wear them the first time, they're totally fine. And then I don't know if you could tell by all the sheep stuff we bought that we're big fans of the sheep, and so my mom also did get this shirt that I did in my quick review of my Epic merch the first day. And honestly, all the shirts in How to Train Your Dragon, there were a few that I was like, but there's also a lot of them where I was like, that's really cute for either kids, like that's really cute for a super fan. There is one that's like a yin and yang almost of Light Fury and Toothless. Oh my God, it's so cute. I'm still debating it. I might get it. I'm still thinking on it. But there were a lot of cute shirts, and I honestly think that out of all the parks, the How to Train Your Dragon section had some of the best merchandise, in my opinion. So next, I'm going to share, my friend did get a new robe. I'll put it here. And she also got like a Slytherin like triangle sign that she's gonna put in her room, which was like super cute. I didn't catch a picture of it because I just totally forgot to tell her to take a picture of it for me. Because you obviously can't take pictures while you're in there for previews. But the new robes, I like them. The picture. They are like navy and they do still have the insignia of your house on it and all that stuff. The hoods are longer. They are more expensive, just so you know. They are marked up some, but I do think that they are nicer than the ones that they've had. So my purchase, though, in the ministry was this little guy. Look at how cute he is. Look at it. Look at his face. Look at his nose. Look at his beak. I needed a niffler. He also fits. He's not really meant to be there, but I keep sticking him on my shoulder. It's kind of hard with the hoodie, but he fits perfectly on my shoulder. So he lives there. So honestly, if you wanted a shoulder buddy, you could honestly pin him to your shirt. Like, I think that would be so funny to use a safety pin and pin him on your shoulder. Or like, sew a magnet on him and then put a magnet in your shirt. That would be so funny. But yeah, he was my purchase for ministry. So that is most of my merch that I purchased. Also, when I did go to my management preview, I don't know if they will be selling these, so I didn't see them for sale, so I think they're kind of exclusive to the preview I went to, but they did give everybody these fanny packs, and they're super cute. They had them in navy and black, so I think if they aren't selling them, that needs to happen, because they are super cute, and I think they would do great. They could be selling them, and I just didn't see them, because every day I was there, I was like, oh, there's so much to look at. Yeah, but that was super cute too. As you can see, How to Train Your Dragon's definitely where I gravitate towards, as long as I just also gravitate towards a lot of like cutesy things. Henceforth why my haul does not include any monster stuff. However, there are some really cute like animated kind of plushes that I almost got, but I'm not as into it, so I didn't spend my money on it. But Monsters has a lot of like realistic like throwback stuff in their merch. They also have a lot of cutesy stuff in the one store where it's like, I think that's good for like younger kids and stuff, as well as anybody who's not like super like, it's Monsters. Like, they got cute little animated ones on it. So I think that overall that one is also really good at fitting the theme, as well as having something for everybody. Overall, I was super happy with all the merchandise that they had in every park. I would say I do think out of all of them, Potter was the most underwhelming for merch. And I would say that that's probably because there are 3 of them now. However, if you are big into like the Ministry of Magic, or you like collecting robes, or you like collecting wands, like the new wands, they're super cool looking. The new robes, I do think that they are a step up in quality. So overall, I do think that there's something for everybody, and I think they knocked it out of the ballpark with that. Next, I want to give you guys a little sneak peek about food in the park. I'm only going to talk about things that have been released, but I will talk about the quality overall as well. So a lot of people, you know, when they go to theme parks, they're not like a big fan of theme park food, which I'm normally the same way. I will eat snacks throughout the day and then go eat like a meal outside the park at the end, or go to the sit downs and city walk where it's a little bit better quality. This is not the case for Epic Universe, in my opinion. I probably spent so much money on food because they gave a wonderful discount for all the employee previews, and I would have paid the full amount for everything I ate. Honestly, I can say that I ate in How to Train Your Dragon, Dark Universe. Those are the 2 lands that I ate in the most. I had Stormfly's catch of the day. That there are pictures out there. They have announced that. It's a chocolate mousse fish on like Rice Krispies. That chocolate mousse was so delicious. When I tell you, like, if you're a chocolate mousse person, definitely have to try that. And How to Train Your Dragon, and I can't tell you what's on the menu because that has not been released, but oh my god, is the food good there. 10 out of 10 recommend. Easy to grab, easy go. If you're looking for something that's filling, definitely check that place out too. Burning Blade, also quick service, fantastic food, loved it. Oaken Star is a Celestial Park place, fantastic drinks. If you are above 21, I definitely recommend going out there, giving it a try. They have not released the drink I tried yet to the media, so I'm not going to talk about it. But I will say that once that's all out there, I will tell you guys all about it because it was so good that I was like, oh, I could drink these all day. Like, all day. It was delicious. As well as some of the things that are on the Burning Blade menu. Fantastic. I almost ate their entire menu, I think. Which is so bad to say, but I did go to town on the food. Actually, I just pulled up, even though I said I couldn't talk about too much of the food, I just looked up what is out there, what is available that everybody knows. So I will put this part of the article here. The garlic steak, burning cheddar bites, and steak grilled chicken. Those were the 3 that I had. Oh, and the Mocaine mocktail. Those were the 4 items that I had from Burning Blade. Loved all of them. I think that the burning cheddar bites were my favorite. The mocktail was a little too sweet for me, but it was still really good, especially if you like kind of sweet sugary drinks. Like, I 10 out of 10 recommend that. And then it is Grog and Gruel food stand. It is by the Viking camp area, which I will put an article here for reference that talks about some of the food options in How to Train Your Dragon. This stand, you're gonna have to pry it away from me. Like, I've been there twice. I will continue going there. That is where I will eat lunch every single time. Once they drop the menu for that, I will tell you what I keep getting because I've gotten the same thing both times and I will not stop getting it. If I could order them to drive it to my house, I would. Like, I need to steal the recipe immediately. It's so good. So yeah, those are definitely all of my favorites that I personally had while I was eating there. Another review I will give about food is that if you want to go to a sit down, now honestly, all the grab and go places, they were pretty fast when I went. And I mean, obviously they're not like first day crowds, but if you want to go to a sit down, I would build your schedule around that. Because obviously a lot of people are gonna want to eat in the themed areas that they're the biggest fan of. So I would plan how you're gonna travel the park to be there by the time you want to eat. So like if you're thinking I'm getting there at 10 and I want to eat 11:30 and I want to eat in Nintendo, I would go Nintendo first. I would burn my morning there, go to the cafe, sit down, eat, and then go wherever else later. Sorry, I have like the hiccups. But I would just say that you should really plan your schedule for this park just because it is so massive. It is just like, it's a big area and there's a whole lot to see. So I would just plan your day out to make sure you truly get to experience everything that you are prioritizing experiencing, especially when they have those big crowds in there and it's opening, and especially if you're going during the summer. Brave soul if you are. But I truly think that if you plan efficiently, that you're gonna get the best experience out of the day. And lastly, let's go into the park environment itself, the rides, all that sort of stuff. If you have mobility issues, I'm just gonna warn you now that you do need to plan out where you are going in the park. This park, even though like looking at the map and you see the flyovers and you're like, it does not look that big. When we went Saturday, we walked 6 miles. When we were there on Thursday, we walked 5.5 by the amount of steps we took by the end of the day. Saturday, we were there from 10 to 6. Thursday, we were there from 10 to 5. So keep that in mind, that this park is not a small park. You are going to be walking. You are going to be climbing. I mean, there are elevators. Don't start with. There are elevators. They're easy access. But I will say that it is a lot of walking around. It is a lot of planning if you are trying to avoid going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because again, when you go into the parks, we've all seen the portals. You gotta go in the portals, and then come back out to go to another one. So there's a lot of strategic planning that goes on with traveling the parks. As far as ride venues go, I honestly believe, I wouldn't say that the thrill level is necessarily lower than Islands of Adventure, and I wouldn't say that there's nothing that hits Universal Studios. This park is very inclusive in the speed of rides they have, where I think there's something for everybody. So if you're a thrill seeker, there are some good rides for you, like Stardust, and Monsters Unchained is very good. The animatronics are amazing. 10 out of 10, recommend everybody getting on that ride. But again, there's also some toned down stuff, like if you're bringing a younger kid who's like 4 or 5, you have, everybody's seen from Japan, I'm sure, the Yoshi ride. That was super cute, super interactive. So this park, don't expect everything to be all thrills. It's definitely spanned to all ages. So I would just keep that in mind. It's very themed oriented. So if you're somebody who's very impressed by little details, very impressed by theming, I definitely think that this is gonna blow you away. If you are a thrill seeker, again, there are good rides for you, but don't expect the entire park to be those rides, if you get what I'm saying. It's not the same as, in Islands of Adventure, you have the Hulk, you have Velocicoaster, you have Hagrid's, you have Doom. Like, that's very much the thrill seek park, and then Universal Studios is younger, right? This kind of hits everybody. I would say that this is more of a demographic designed to hit people of all ages. It's very family friendly. Very family friendly. Don't be disappointed. Don't shoot your hopes for something super high. However, I will say, as much as I liked Stardust and it was really, really good, I also really liked the coaster and How to Train Your Dragon. Now, I personally am a really big fan of How to Train Your Dragon, but I thought the speed of the coaster was great. The design, fantastic. It was one of my favorite rides throughout the park. I have seen some complaints on social media from the previews. And again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. However, currently during these previews that are team member previews, friends and family previews, these are all technically still technical rehearsals. I was lucky enough where when I went on Saturday, almost everything was operating. I hit almost everything in the park. I think that currently there are 2 things I have not done. And that's because they have not been open. And I waited for it on Thursday, and then they went down due to technical difficulties, so I did not get to watch it. Most of these are during technical rehearsal, they're doing training, they're still setting places, they're still doing final touches. So I would say that if you see a negative review, don't take that as, that's it, it's gonna suck. Because I just don't think that that's a fair assumption to make. And I don't think that it's a good idea to go in with a negative idea of what you're gonna experience. And this is not, I don't work for the company. Just so you guys know, I do not work for the company. But I just don't think that you will truly get a fantastic experience like I did if you go in with negative thoughts due to people's bad experiences due to unforeseen circumstances during a technical rehearsal. Because my experiences on Saturday and Thursday were very different. There was a lot down on Thursday when I went, which I still had a good time. Like, I ate some food, I got a drink, went on a few rides, did what I could, did some more shopping. Like, I still had a good time. So I would just say, don't go into this park thinking that every bad interaction you've heard is gonna happen to you. Because again, this is all technical rehearsals. And the last thing I would say too is please be respectful of the employees of this property. Personally, I was not old enough at the time. I think I was 7 or 8 when the first Harry Potter land opened. That was such a challenge. That was such a nightmare for the team to try and manage. Now, I want you to take how overwhelming that was and times it by 30, 40, 50. Because this is a whole park they're opening, not just a land. So if you guys are going during opening day, opening week, opening month, these employees, they are all training now. They are all learning. They are trying their best to be prepared for what this crowd is going to be, but there's only so much you can do, and there's only so much you can control, and they want to make that experience good for you guys. So just try and be as respectful, as patient as possible. I know that you want to get your money's worth, and everybody does. Like, I get it. Like, I'm a stickler for when I spend. If not that you can tell by my haul. This is like the first time I've spent a significant amount of money in like years, probably. Just be aware that the team members, they are trying. They are working so hard to get this ready. Everybody who's worked on the project up until now, they have put their heart and soul, and they're so passionate about this. So just make sure you guys are respectful of others around you, including other visitors. B, the staff, every team member that is there. C, the land itself. I cannot imagine how big the maintenance crew's job is. So please be respectful of the land itself, so everybody gets to experience the same magic that all the previews are seeing, because it truly is miraculous. And D, just have as much fun as you can. If you go in with a negative attitude, you're gonna have a negative experience. And that's all I can say about it. So I hope this review was helpful. I try not to spoil anything. I will definitely give a more comprehensive review of the food, the drinks, the desserts, all that stuff. Once the full menu is dropped, I will give a full in-depth review of all the rides once that is all public knowledge. And I hope you guys liked my merch haul and my little background on Epic. Let me know if you guys have any questions about any of the merch I got, any of my experiences. I would love to answer what I can, and have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Bye guys!